All right. Yeah. So welcome back to Data Central. This is Sharat. We talk a lot about data and you know everything related to data. Uh, Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment and share. And yeah, let's dig into our topic today, which is Databricks Workspaces. So yeah, if you don't know what is Databricks, Databricks is a unified data platform which can be leveraged by any company who wants to like use a unified tool to work with their data. You can build data pipelines, run SQL queries, also build machine learning pipelines with Databricks. Yeah, let's dig into it. So, what is a workspace in Databricks? So, basically, when you sign up with Databricks, you don't get anything out of it. You just get an E2 account, which is called a Databricks admin account, and then there you don't have anything to work with data. So it has to be there has to be some way to work with data, right? So those are called workspaces, which is kind of a unified environment for working with all the Databricks assets. So, yeah, let's see what kind of assets a workspace contains. So, a workspace contains users, groups, service principals, clusters, SQL warehouses, and also job clusters, as well as notebooks, catalogs, repos, and several other things. So, for example, let's say I am, if I want to like start working on a CSV file and understand what's there and get some insights out of it. So I'll log into Workspace. So when I want to log into Workspace, I have to be a user in Databricks Workspace. So that's what it contains. And once I log in, I need a compute resource to run my query or like the code. So I have to I need a cluster or a SQL warehouse or a job cluster to do stuff. And also I need a way to like write my code, which is notebooks. You get notebooks, you launch a notebook, you write a Python or a Scala or a SQL code in it, and then you can work with the data. And similarly, you have access to repos, catalogs, schemas, and tables, and several other assets. So that is what a workspace is. Basically, if your company is using Databricks, you means you at least have one workspace so that you can start working with data. So yeah, a lot of people will get confused with what is a Databricks account versus a workspace. So yeah, Databricks account is kind of a single entity that represents one or more workspaces that your organization contain. So let's say a company Y, they want to use Databricks. They go to Databricks, ask for a Databricks subscription, signs up for a Databricks subscription. Then they get one E2 account or a Databricks admin account. And that account has a console, and then and also you can create multiple workspaces based on the use case, and you can assign users to it so that you have people working with data here. So basically, it's kind of a single account where everything gets managed, and each individual workspace is kind of a separate environments where people can work. And you also need a cloud account to like launch a workspace, because all the compute and resources are managed using the cloud account or the cloud provider you provide. And yeah, that's how the workspaces are, and the account, that is how the difference between a workspace and an account. So coming back to that, how many workspaces do you need? So this is kind of a very debatable topic, and people really don't know what is the right answer, and there is no one size fits all kind of a solution as well. So basically, every workspace comes with certain limits. Like for example, in a workspace you cannot like run 10,000 jobs in parallel, or some kind of like capacity limits. So it all depends. So basically I came up with a little bit of a guideline. My suggestion would be, if your company is very small, you only have like some TBs of data, and you're like just generating some MBs or GBs of data on a daily basis, you probably don't need like multiple workspaces. You can just manage using one workspace. Similarly, if your company is small and medium, for example, you have like 500 employees, or like you're ingesting like a TB of data every day, and you're like having a petabyte worth of data lake, then it's probably makes sense to use 3 workspaces where you separate your dev, test, and prod environments, and then you work with it. Similarly, if you're a large organization, there might be a way, or like there might be a need for having more than 3 workspaces. You cannot fit all the use cases into 3 workspaces. So some people do by line of businesses, some people do by domains or like kind of verticals the company operate. For example, if you take a company Y, which is into corporate banking, consumer banking, credit cards, loans, and insurances, so they create workspace according to the line of business, and then they add users responsible for that line of business so that they can work with data. But if you notice in the diagram, there is a common thing called Unity Catalog. Unity Catalog is nothing but a unified meta catalog or meta store, which stores all your metadata of data. So all the table information and everything is stored in Unity Catalog, and yeah, which is kind of common to all workspaces. There is always like, it all depends on whether you want to share your catalog with multiple workspaces or not, but yeah, probably it is at a top level, which is at the same level of how Databricks account is. And let's look at what are the prerequisites of creating a workspace in Databricks. So basically you only need 2 things. One is you need a Databricks subscription, which is nothing but a Databricks E2 account or an admin account. And you have 3 different type of subscriptions. One is basic, premium, and enterprise. Based on the need, choose whatever makes sense for you. And also you need a cloud account, where it can be either AWS or Microsoft or Azure or GCP. So yeah, it all depends. And yeah, let's look at how you can create a workspace. So there are several ways to create a workspace, especially it supports like multiple cloud platforms. So you can create workspace using the admin UI or Databricks account, E2 account, or console. Similarly, you can do the same thing using REST APIs, like basically running bunch of curl commands, or like using Postman to like run your commands. Or like maybe you can create a Python script to automate the workspace creation based on the business needs. As well as you can use Terraform or like Bicep or Azure CLI or PowerShell to automate or like to make your IaaS as a code. So using cloud provider templates as well, you can create your workspace. All right, that brings to the end of our topic, which is Databricks Workspaces. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me, send a message, comment, or anything if you need more of these things, or if you have any questions on this. Thank you.